Today we are going to make an elegant 3D dandelion piece. The techniques are really simple and a whole lot of fun. Let me take you through each step and show you how you can do it too. The original piece is now available for sale on my website abcreativeofficial.com. Now, it's been quite a rough week for me, you can probably tell from my voice still, and I've been wondering what to make. And then my eye just fell on a little note on the bedside table. I'll tell you what happened. So a couple of weeks ago we had a huge event, happens every year at my school. It's called the house art. First of all, there's a massive competition between the different houses, and then there are lots of activities for hundreds of people to take part in, to do something arty. And one of the tables, they had those scratch cards. I've never seen them, so I was sitting there at some point and I was basically doodling without even thinking. And I just made this, nothing special at all. But I thought, let's make a dandelion. A different, of course, than this. I actually did some dandelions before. You see this piece? But this time I only used pouring acrylics and something magical as well. This is a really old piece, 4 years ago. And it was super popular, 3.8 million views. So I kept it because it's pretty special to me. So if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. I'm going to use the rectangle canvas, 30 by 42. Quite an unusual size, a bit bigger than the ones I normally use. I'm considering adding maybe 3D dandelion, and I would like some nice texture. The background, I'm going to use my favorite background colors. If you've been with me for a little longer, you probably know which color I mean. It's sort of resembling the concrete resembling color. I actually do like concrete interior walls. This is modeling paste. As I said, I want some texture, so you know what, this modeling paste is much softer than my heavy gesso, definitely. So let me mix the light grey. I'm going to add some black. Goodness me, the tiny bit of black makes it's overpowering everything. That's way too dark. Again, I don't want to make it brown. I want a little bit raw umber. That's a much more, can I say, concretey grey? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to add heavy gesso because I want it much thicker. Oh yes. You see how thick this is? Look at that. That reminds me that I should order some more. No, I am not sponsored by them. Pay my own money for all my supplies. Let's apply it like this, like patchy. Yep. That's great. Almost feel like I'm building something. By the way, fun fact about me, I love ice renovators. Absolutely love it. Now I will try to apply the lighter color. I took out yellow ochre and bronze, testing some more shades. Kind of wondering whether that's enough or not. I said I wanted darker, now I'm making lighter. I can change it. Don't press hard so you have those kind of interesting effects on top. As you can see those. I'm thinking where to position my dandelion. I think I want it here. Do you know what I always wanted to test? I've never done it before. What would happen if I drop some of the gold leaf in here? What if I like it? Now I'll probably cover it with, okay, you can see a bit. I'm happy with my gold infused concrete wall. I'm leaving it to dry. I'm trying to find close-up pictures of a dandelion. I've got tons of seeds. Yeah, I could actually do an exposed one. Something like this. Round with seeds and then a big ball. Wow, there's so many little lines. I'm trying to figure out how big I want the head to be. Somewhere here. How about this? This is approximate. I think this is going to be the thickest part. Okay, so flatten it a bit here. the midsection. Is that big enough? And then, okay, I don't think I need anything else except for my paste. This is the cone I had from before. The end is dry, so I have to cut it, but I'm thinking, how thin do I want the lines to be? Also, do I want them to be white? You know what? I can straight away make the lines different color. How about that? So this is the leftover white. It looks like spaghetti now. I am adding raw umber, I think. Maybe I should add burnt umber. This brown is quite grey. See how this one behaves here. This is basically almost the color of the background, and I want it to stand out more, so I have to make it darker. I'm going to add the world's blackest black. More runny than I thought. Yellow ochre. I want a very small nozzle. There is a small one, but perhaps a bit bigger than this. That's a lot. Oops. Oh, this is minute. This will be perfect for those white little parachutes. Look at that. This is going to be fabulous. I don't know about you, but I seem to accumulate all the clutter around me while I'm working, and I can't work in any clear environment. What do I mean? I mean this all around me. Anyway. Roughly straight. Remember, they can't be too perfect because obviously, yeah, this is a natural form. I'm not happy. Can use a brush to fix them. If you are wondering why they break on and off, it's because this is not just paint. There's some wall putty, and the wall putty is quite stiff. As usual, the more you make, the easier it becomes. No breakages. I really like those thin lines. I'm thinking, do I need any more at the moment? Am I fine? Can do them this way as well. Now, the midsection will be, I would say, roughly this big. So here, I will have to make those into the seeds, you know. I think they kind of resemble seeds. So once these are applied, I am shaping them. Again, I don't think they should be too perfect. I am going to add a little bit of white. I know it shouldn't be that pure white. Let's mix it with what we already have there. Now I can kind of decide how big I want it, maybe bigger. I'm going to leave it like this, wait for it to dry, and then I'll decide what to do next. Actually, I can make the stem brown, then I'll have to go over several times. Let's do it. Now I'll try to flatten it. I've got some of this paste on my finger. I thought I'm going to touch certain areas. Spread it a bit so it's the same color as our, how to say, puffball. Dandelion head. Puffball is the mushroom. I did probably mention to you how obsessed my family is with mushrooming. So when my son was quite young, he read so much about mushrooms and investigated, and he said that actually we can eat the puffballs. So it was a brave decision, but once we did, they were really nice, very soft. But you can only eat the very young ones. Actually, don't recommend any mushrooming if you are not totally familiar. This is, it's potentially dangerous. So this is the stage to make those little fluffy bits, little parachutes. Let's just do the ones at the end. I'll have to make quite a lot of these. Maybe I'll do every other one now, and then once they are dry I'll come back. Would that be easier? I will be adding some more, but this is my first layer. Some of them will be lower. Okay, I'll keep going. If I can see those shorter ones, I can make them at the same time. I'm surprised this cone is still full of paste. And I've done one layer, so now I'm going to do the second one. These are, oh yeah, they're dry now. Incredible. I just went around and the first half is dry. So I can add some more, overlap them, make them look more real. I think we can start with here. If this was more runny, it maybe would be easier, but on the other hand, they would melt together. So I made a decision to make it not so runny. So the white paste is less runny than the brown one was. I think it's looking very cute now once we're building layers, and I still have plenty of paste. Incredible. I've noticed one short here, so some of them will be much shorter. Why not? The only thing is I'm trying to not to put my hand on the previous ones. There's no problem if you wait till it's dry, but you know me, I can't wait. I think I'm happy with what it looks like. It's dry. I kind of wonder whether it would look nice if it was a bit lighter here around the head of the dandelion. I'll check. Let me add a little bit of white around here. But instead of just brushing it on, I'm going to do it this way. I want a quick check and quick result. This is frisket paper. I'm not even going to stick it down. All I need it for is this. I want to draw exactly around the shape. I mean, not really exactly, as you can see, roughly. I wanted to say roughly. Wasn't even stuck, you see? Now, since I've got two things, I can stick this one on and lighten up the inside, or I can stick this one on and darken the outside. All right, all I need is the thinnest mist of white. I'm thinking how to do it. I'll probably use spray paint, as faint as possible. I'm going out with this. Here it is. I sprayed actually more than I thought. Let's just hope it's going to look good. See the difference? Oh yeah! Oh yes! It's perfect! Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I did it. What do you think? It's just a little mist, you know? I think the outer bubble is ready. I don't think I want to add any more because I don't want to close it. I want to see the inside. Yes, of course you could cover everything, you know. Maybe one day I will try. So I've got the same color as the background as here, but lighter. And I'm going to add some imaginary stems. Lighter and darker, can be overlapping. So I'm trying to figure out which one belongs to which stem. Not that it's that important. I think I've added enough lines here and there. Lighter, darker. Actually, majority are lighter. Now I am considering making some more shadows in here. I do have still black here, some brown in those grooves. Darker shadows, really dark. My lovely patrons suggested that perhaps some floating seeds would look nice, so I'm trying to add one here, maybe like that. Maybe a very small one in the distance, maybe hardly seen. No. I'm going to paint this one almost white because I want it to be hardly seen. That's that, and now we need some white, don't we? Okay. Okay, that will do. Another suggestion was to add a bit of shimmer to the center, which I'm going to do right now. I don't want to use gold leaf. I want only to make a very, very faint golden hue, and I don't want to paint the dark ones too much. See that? It's not as much as I wanted gold, but I wanted sort of deeper 3D dimension. And the last thing, a little bit of a shadow around. 1, 2, 3, there'll be 3 changes. You see, I kept this, and now it's going to be super useful. I don't want to stick it, I want only to place on top. I'm going to go outside and add a misty shadow here. I've got grey and I've got black. I'm not sure which one will be better. We'll see. I'm happy at the moment, so let me peel it off and see. Oh yes, I think that really sort of makes it stand out, do you think? Well, there we are. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, consider leaving a like or a comment. I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out my Patreon and access extended versions of my weekly tutorials. Also, this piece is for sale now on my website abcreativeofficial.com if you would like to own it. Thank you so much for watching. See you all next Saturday. Bye bye.